So we're going to begin with the order of operations. In what order do we do things? So if we have parentheses, we always start with what's inside parentheses. After that, we do any exponents. Once we're done with that, we multiply and divide. Now since that's at the same step, we usually just go left to right, but you can technically go in whatever order. And finally, we add and subtract. Again, you can add and subtract in any order you feel like. So let's see some problems. So number one, I've got 24 plus 40 divided by 2 all over 2 squared. Now we don't actually have it written, but there are understood parentheses in both the numerator and the denominator. So for this problem, that division is actually the last thing I'm going to do. So order of operations, then, I'm going to do that squaring in the bottom first, which is 4. Now I have this little division up here. That's my next step. So 40 divided by 2 is 20. Well, we said that this big division is the last thing we're going to do. So I'm going to do that adding next. So 24 plus 20 is 44. And last but not least, let's do that division, and I get 11. Do note, I got a nice answer on this one. We don't always get nice answers though, so if you get a fraction or a decimal, don't panic. That will happen sometimes. All right, number 2, let's do what's inside parentheses first. So 14 plus 2 is 16, and 11 minus 6 is 5. Now there is a little dot in between, you might have trouble seeing that, which means multiply. But even if we didn't see that, when we have parentheses like that, we do understand that that does mean to multiply. So 5 times 16 is 80. So that is the first type of problem we will see, is just practicing with numbers, making sure we get comfortable with how to do the order of operations. We are then going to be given an expression which will have one or more variables, and we'd like to evaluate. Evaluate means our answer is going to be a number. And you'll notice for these, we're also going to be told what to plug in for each of those variables. So for this one, x is 30 and y is 36. Obviously, make sure to put the x and the y where it belongs. And then we would evaluate that with our order of operations. So let's do the numerator first. 30 plus 36 is 66. And then let's do that division, and I get 11. I've got one more problem. So this time, x is 2, and y is 4. You'll notice I often put them in parentheses, and that's to, for example, see that this is multiplication. If there's any exponents, that can also help me see it. Now I do have an exponent here, but that is going to be the very last thing I do. So let's start on the inside. 3 times 4 is 12. Then I've got to add to get 14. And finally, I do the square. 14 squared is 196. And that is my answer. So this is evaluating expressions, either when I'm initially given numbers or where I have to first plug in numbers and then evaluate from there.